Right, y'all, your boy is back. RL is in the building. Digital Impact Studio, new show, the name Unfiltered. First, I want to apologize to you guys for being gone for so long. I know you guys need me to, preach the gospel on these current events, and I've been away, I guess, reinventing myself. But I'm back and I'm here, and I got some things to put in your ear. Uh, we're 6 months into 2024. All right, I missed half the year, but Cat Williams set it off. I'm not even going to touch on what Cat, said or his interview with Shannon Sharp. I'm just going to go to a lot of the shenanigans that's been going on and taking place the last 6 months or so. But first and foremost, I got a phone call. I did not know there was a shooting. I think it was in Harford Mall, and I was told that there was one victim. So prayers to that victim and to the people who was out there that had to witness it. And I'm sure they was traumatized by it. So prayers to everyone out there, and hopefully they're getting the counseling that they need and deserve. So yesterday I was on social media, and if you paid attention to my social media pages, I haven't been too active on Facebook. I'm pretty much on Instagram, Twitter, bouncing back and forth, and now on TikTok. So yesterday, I don't know, for whatever reason, I got on Facebook and I saw something that was shared by somebody else, and it was two pictures of Sunshine from Harlem Nights, and it was the one of her in the '90s and the one of her in the late 2000s, like '04, '05, right? And it pretty much, said, hey, this is the one on the right was a skinny picture, right? And it said, when you try to holler at her and she curved you pretty much, versus the picture to the left where she was plump, a little thick. And that's the picture, where, of course, she would like to date you, and now you have become a dating option in her mind. So all I did was share it, and I put facts or I put truth or whatever. And a few ladies, they got in their little feelings, and that's the one thing, when you read someone's comments under your post, you can tell if they're having fun with it, joking or whatever, but you can always tell when someone in their feelings. And for whatever reason, women get in their feelings when you speak about women gaining weight as they get older, right? Now, the post did not say that she was unattractive. She's clearly still attractive, even though she has gained probably 80 to 100 pounds. Still attractive, still a gorgeous woman. In fact, it was just stating that pretty much what all men have come to learn over the years, and women are notorious for this. Notorious for this. 2021, petite body, tight body, whatever, looking good at 21, curve a lot of good guys. 15, 16 years later, 70 pounds later, that same guy she curved all of a sudden is a dating option. And it's true. I've witnessed it myself in my lifetime. I'm 45 years old, so I've seen some things, okay? So that's all that the post was saying. It didn't say that, a woman her size shouldn't be with a man, a woman her size can't get a man, a woman her size now in her 40s or 50s shouldn't be in a happy relationship. That wasn't what the post was designed for. It was strictly making a point how young women treat good brothers who try to holler at them when they're young and at their best as far as their physique and everything. And these young ladies, they got in their feelings. They got in their feelings. One took the post, put it on their page, and started talking about, men getting old, gaining weight, going bald, not having any muscle mass, and just really going. I'm like, wow, like, y'all missed the point. Her friend, she didn't go that far, but she went as long as far. She said, I don't know exactly. Pretty much, she don't know what I looked like when I was younger, but I'm sure you don't look the same as you did when you was in your 20s. And I'm like, wow, no, I don't. I don't. I still look good. I still look good, right? But I'm not 170 pounds. I'm 230, and I carry it well, as you see, right? But there's no need to get in personal with social media posts, especially posts that people don't create. But it made me so I was going to call Leon. He's the man here at Digital Impact, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should push it back to Friday. Maybe I should push it back till Sunday. I'm trying to get the dates. I really want to do this coming back thing right. But thanks to you two, it put a fire. It lit a fire in me that I haven't had in me in a while. And I could have ran here. I didn't need to drive. I could have ran here because my thing is there's no need of getting in your feelings. And for the most part, people get in their feelings when it hits home. You know what I'm saying? It hits home. And they like to lash out and take it out on, whoever it is that I guess kind of brought it up. Now, I didn't bring it up to put it in anybody's face. All I did was share a post, people. That's all I did. That's all I did. I had another friend of mine. She got on there and she was like, well, men walk around here hiding their hairline, wearing hats and all of this. And I'm like, what? Losing hair is totally different than ballooning up. Okay, you can't help losing hair, but you can help, eating those cheesesteaks. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I can't help. I went bald, right? But hey, look, I have a choice. Either I eat the cheesesteak with the fixings and the fries with everything on it, with a half and half, an extra large half and half. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference, right? But people tend to get in their feelings when something kind of hits home. And first and foremost, let me say, I wasn't popping shots at no one. I thought it was funny as hell. It just so happened that I saw that, and if you paid attention over the last, I want to say 3 or 5 days, maybe the last week, Vivica Fox did an interview. Lovely Vivica Fox. Oh, Vivica Fox was a fox back in the day. Independence Day, the movie with Tommy Davidson and Jamie Foxx. She was fine. Remember when 50 Cent gave her a shout out at the awards? She was fine. Gorgeous. I just saw Independence Day with the second one, I was like 6, 7 years ago. She was nice looking in that. If you saw the interview, Vivica Fox is no longer Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox is more like Vivica Elephant. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. She gained a hell of a lot of weight, but she's 60, so it's okay. But at the same time, I'm not attacking her, but I'm attacking the interview. Because in the interview, she states that she's ready to settle down. At 60, she want a man to do this and do that, to go shopping and travel and have all this fun. At 60. What can you offer a man at 60? At 60. What are y'all going to do? Pick out plots? Figure out what's going to go on y'all headstones? You want to spend his Social Security money? What you want to do with 60? And then you didn't even maintain yourself. What you did was, your whole life, you played the field. And now you 60 and you looking for a man to have fun with, to be in a relationship with, and to provide. Because I love you, Vivica. I love you. But, hey, I looked on Tubi. You got a couple BC movies. I didn't even know they did D movies. I know you ain't making that bank like that anymore. And I ain't gonna lie. I know you ain't posing in any magazines. And and I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, damn, he hating on women. I'm not hating on women. I've been quiet I'm gonna be honest with you, the last year. I was on Good Vibes, if you paid attention. And, we did a lot of interviews, and, we hit on a few current events. But I've been quiet, and I watch how a lot of women in this world have really found their groove when it comes to, I don't want to say talking smack to men, but they have. And it's like, man, I can't believe it. And men, salute to a lot of the men. Kudos to them. They've kind of been taking it. And it's okay. I mean, to a certain extent, but, we had an incident yesterday, and I'm going to touch on that too. But at some point, the respect has to be there. We understand that a woman's position in this world has changed drastically over the last 40, 50 years. And I appreciate everything that women do in this world. But a lot of times women go a little too far when they start to speak on certain topics, and yeah, they don't care how they throw us men under the bus, you know. And I care, but I gotta stand up for my men. I gotta stand up for myself. You understand? So that's where I'm at today, right? So I thought that was funny that Vivica Fox interview at 60, she want to settle down and all this good stuff. And then I saw the post with Sunshine, and all I did was share it, and women get in their feelings and stuff like that, But it is what it is. I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings, but at the same time, it's social media. If you can't handle it, get off of it. You dig what I'm saying? Um, with that being said, I want to talk about yesterday. I'm not sure if any of y'all sports fans that are watching. Um, First take yesterday, Stephen A. Smith, Molly, Miss McNutt, and Shannon Sharp were on there yesterday, and Miss McNutt popped shots at Stephen A. Pretty much accused him of not supporting the WNBA, and that he has the power, he has the platform to have supported them 3 years before, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And if you watched and you seen it, you saw that Stephen A. Smith was taken back. You see, forgive me, got to get that in. Stephen A. Smith was taken back. He couldn't believe it because this is his girl. This is his home girl. Mind you, she's been on his show plenty of times. He's given her plenty of airtime, plenty of opportunity. He's opened a lot of doors for her because he believes in her talent, because she needs to be heard. And she went yesterday, she had no problem reaching in her bag, leaning back in that chair and stabbing him in his back. None. Now, later on that night, Shannon and Ocho have their show. And she was on there and she was discussing it, and I didn't watch the entirety. I just seen the Instagram clip, right? And Ocho called it he called it something great, and I was like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't professional at all for her to do that. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? You haven't made it. You still climbing up. You still getting crumbs off the table. So you don't bite the hand that feeds you. If you said this man is the cash cow at ESPN, why would you bite the hand that feeds you on his show? It wasn't even on another show. It was on his show. Again, that respect that women should have for men, not because they men, but just respect, period. It's fading. It's fading. It's fading on TV. It is what it is. If you're watching TV, if you're watching social media, you see it. You see it, the disregard for men. This man has been in her corner, and she had no problem showing out on his show. Showing out, right? And I think it's Monica McNutt. I like her. She's awesome. But I was disappointed in her yesterday. I'm proud of Stephen A. because Stephen A. did let Molly take him to commercial break, but I'm even more proud of him because he addressed it on his show later on that day. And if you watch First Take, right, Stephen A. Smith talked about the WNBA. He's been talking about the WNBA. They may not have talked about the WNBA every day, but that's not his fault. The WNBA have to give you something worth talking about every day. And now they do. You got Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Right now, Caitlin Clark is the cash cow, right? She's the superstar. If you know your NBA history, they kind of setting Clark and Reese up like they did with Magic and Bird. And if you know NBA history, they say that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA. So you can see what they're doing with Reese and Clark. You can see it. And Clark is taking some hard fouls. Yeah, she's a rookie. She's supposed to. You got the light shining on you. So shine. But you know what one of the problems is? Everybody else is doing the talk. You don't hear Clark doing too much complaining. And I applaud her for that, and I'm proud of her for that, because she knows she's a rookie. It is what it is. Your rookie year is going to be like this. Angel Reese is getting the same treatment. She getting the same treatment. Ain't no different. Ain't no different. My man yesterday, Pat McAfee, he was speaking on Caitlin Clark and how bright her star is in the WNBA right now. And if you watched his show, it's another sports show. If you watch his show, you saw, you heard him. He was praising her, but while praising her, he said, "Well, because that white bitch," and like the media world, everybody, "Oh my God, he called her a white bitch." But if you watch the show and you heard the context in which he used, it's kind of in the same context as when, I'm talking to my mom like, yo, that nigga crazy, yo. That nigga crazy. It's okay for me to say that. You know why it's okay? Not because I'm a nigga, but because I'm black, he's black. We can do that. You can't do that. So a white man called a white woman a white bitch. Not a derogatory, sense, but he was praising her and giving her props. If he wasn't on air, I promise you the conversation would have been something like this. Man, that little white bitch killing them in the WNBA. Man, they ain't never seen no white girl play like this before. The light is that's the conversation. That's real. You want people to be real. They're paying Pat McAfee, I think they're paying him $17 million a year. So he's not getting fired, people. He's not going anywhere. They broke their necks to get him because he was successful doing his show independently. You dig what I'm saying? He's not going anywhere. He ain't going nowhere, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't, right? It's not as bad as what's that old white man in, I think it was 2007, 2000, Don Imus or whatever, when he called the Rutgers basketball team nappy-headed hoes. Now that's racist. There's a problem there. There's a problem there. Even if he would have been black, there would have been a problem there. He called them nappy-headed hoes. Said that, had a problem with their appearance because they had tattoos, they had cornrows, braids, typical black women hair when you playing sports. You dig what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. But leave it to y'all. Oh my God, y'all want to make a big deal out of it. And just so you know, I got my GVTV mug. And I want to shout out Mr. Johnson, this good old Terramana. Okay. But yeah, so, the world is so sensitive today. Everybody gets in their feelings really, really fast, right? I'm 45 years old. I'm going to say it again. I'm 45 years old. And I teach our children to have Teflon skin. If words bother you, you're not going to make it in this world. You're just not. Because it ain't got to be someone calling you a racial slur. It ain't got to be someone talking about your parents or your siblings or someone talking about your hygiene, right? If you don't have Teflon skin, there's other things in this world that hurt hearing more than white bitch, nappy-headed hoes. And I know some of y'all going to probably say, no, that's nappy-headed hoes. No. Let me tell you something. In this country, you can work your ass off. You can look in your bank account and you can have $6,000, $7,000, right? You can make $7,000, $8,000 a month. All your bills are paid. You taking care of your debt, whatever, right? You don't even have much debt, right? You walk into car dealership, you sitting down, and if you do your homework, you know you sitting there, you know I'm ready to write. If you do your homework, you know there really ain't much difference if you put $2,000 down. It's like a $50 difference. So if the vehicle is $690 and you put $2,000 down, it's only gonna be $640 a month, right? That ain't too much difference. So when dudes sit down and he say something like, your credit score is weak, credit score is low, the banks won't finance you. Trust and believe. You nappy-headed hoes may hurt. But when you worked your ass off and you put yourself in the position to be successful financially stable, and you go to get something that you want, that you know you deserve, that you worked hard for, and you have somebody look at your credit score, 600, 602, and they tell you no, I promise you, that's going to sting too. So if you have a hard time with people saying things to you, and you just soft. It's gonna hurt. You ain't gonna make it, man. Trust and believe. See, when you talk to people, people's like, oh, I wish someone would call me that. I wish someone would say this to my people and all that. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing worse in the world than a person sit down in a suit and a tie and say, that's not good enough. And you've been busting your tail for however long. You look in your bank account and you're like, wait a minute, my bills are paid. I have this, and you still can't get it. No. Don't walk away. We can put you in another car. But you came for that car. So my money ain't good enough for my wants, what I worked hard for. You gonna go ahead and put me in that vehicle, what you feel I deserve. I promise you, being called a white bitch, nappy-headed hoe, it might hurt. Man, it's a big deal. I ain't saying it's not a big deal. That's not what I'm saying. But if you letting that shit bother you, the way that social media is trying to tell you how it should bother you, you got, man, life gonna be hard for a lot of y'all. And that's probably why it is for a lot of you. And that's probably why y'all run to social media to put your face on camera, whining and crying about shit that everybody goes through. You're not the only one. You're not. But you want to, it's just so hard. It's just so, man, look, get over it. Life is hard. Life can be hard, but life can be fun. A lot of fun. I'm having fun. I ain't saying I ain't never been through no tough times. I ain't ever saying I ain't never heard anything outrageous said to me. I ain't saying I've never been disrespected, right? But I can tell you this much. I've been told no, and that have hurt a lot more than when that white boy called me nigga. I can tell you that much. So, moving right along. And this right here, right? And I'm going to tell you what's so funny about this. And it's not like us men don't do our own thing and we don't screw up and stuff like this. So I want to say about 6 weeks ago, if it was 6 weeks ago, Shawnee Nelson, a.k.a. Shawnee O'Neal, and she's married now to a guy named Keon something. I'm sorry, I didn't write his name down because, I mean, the dude ain't important, right? He's irrelevant, for real, let's be honest. You know, because it's all about Shawnee. It's all about Shawnee O'Neal. Right? Now, Shaq, over the years, I want to say a couple of years ago, he was on TV and he admitted to, destroying his marriage and that he was wrong. And, he lost a great woman, a great wife, in Shawnee O'Neal. Right? So they started messing around like 96, 97 when he left the Orlando Magic and went to the Lakers. She was, I want to say Shawnee was field marketer or something like that. I'm forgetting, my papers all up in the air, right? But it was something like that. She was I don't know. It put it like this. She wasn't rich. Okay? She wasn't rich. She probably was making the same amount of money as someone who just came out of school for working at CVS Pharmacy. Okay? And I'm not knocking CVS Pharmacy. I'm just saying she wasn't rich, and she probably was making about the same amount of money. Probably, right? But anyway, she wrote a book, right? And in her book, she said she never really loved Shaq. Now, Shaq took the high road, and he was like, well, yeah, I was never home. I was being greedy. I was out, doing stuff I had no business doing. I applaud you for that because, first of all, it's smart. Y'all got children. And y'all have older children. Ain't no need in you and your ex-wife. I think they divorced in like 2010 or 11. No need in y'all, or 12. No need in you going back and forth with your ex-wife. You dig what I'm saying? Plenty of women since then for Shaquille O'Neal. I'm quite sure. Plenty of panties, right? But I sat back and I was kind of just like, man, that's crazy. That is crazy that after 13 or 14 years, you want to write a book, and in the book, you say you don't think you ever really loved him. And I just like, again, I don't know what it is, fellas. I don't know what's going on, but women today, man, they teeing off on us. They think we don't need. They look. I ain't seen Tiger Woods play in a minute, and I guess we don't need him on the greens because these women are on the greens, and they foring it up. They teeing it up on us, and they don't care. They don't care. Social media eat that stuff up, man. They eat it up. Her book tour is called The Undefeated Tour. Her book title, Undefeated, Changing the Rules and Winning on My Own Terms. Shorty was broke. When she met Shaquille O'Neal was going to the LA Lakers. They gave him a 7-year, $120 million contract. Let me say it again. $120 million for 7 years. Shorty, what rules you changed? And you won when you got with him. Because every man before him, they were broke. They didn't have any money. They didn't have money like that. And if you take a look at the pictures of Shawnee, when she met Shaq and before Shaq, and then after Shaq, yeah, we got another one of those situations. Before, after. Big difference, baby. Big difference. She owed her career to Shaquille O'Neal. Even though they divorced, even though he did what he did, Shawnee wouldn't have what she had today if it wasn't for being married to Shaquille O'Neal. And to do what she did, at some point, like y'all have children. You don't care. I'm speaking my truth. I've been keeping this inside the whole time. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You told everybody Shaq was cheating on you over the last 15, 20 years. You told everybody. What made you write a book now? Is it because Basketball Wives or Housewives or wherever is kind of getting played out? You need some money? You need some money? Because she created and she was the producer, executive producer. She got $300,000 per season for those 3 or 4 shows. I believe those shows were VH1 reality TV series, Basketball Wives in LA, and Baller Wives. You can't make, it is what it is, man. You can't make some of this stuff up with these people, man. You can't. She made $300,000 per season. For every reunion, she got $40,000. $40,000. Let me tell you something. Shaquille O'Neal, everybody's like, oh, Shaquille got off easy. I think his alimony was $50,000 a month. He gave her 3 houses. The 3 houses were worth $33 million. $33 million. And he was still taking care of her. He said it. She did that. She didn't refute it. He said it. It was his responsibility to take care of the 2 women he screwed over forever because they have his children. They had his children. Now this is my thing. This was another thing that kind of just made me just step back. She said she never loved Shaq. She never really loved him. I don't know what that looked like when you give that man 4 kids. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with the world. So after kid 1, you still ain't love him? You after kid 2, 3, 4? How about after the 3rd house? I don't know how many cars. Hell, y'all had a chef. He ain't just cook. He did your grocery shopping. So what are you saying you never really loved him? Sound like you saying you was a gold digger, shorty. Sound like you found a way to come up and you did. And you used him. And you used his name for the basketball wives. And really, that stuff is played out now. They look like clowns on TV. Oh, so I'm going to write a book. And during my first book interview on TV, I'm going to say I never really loved Shaq. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, but I applaud Shaq for not going tit for tat with her. I applaud him big time. Because I wouldn't have had it. I wouldn't have had it. Wouldn't have had it. She was a film marketer when she met Shaq. Film marketer. I don't even know what that is. I want to Google it so bad, but I'm quite sure she wasn't making any money. Film marketer. Yes, film marketer. But you know what? Hey, I'm not done yet, y'all. Hey, look, I got a few more minutes. I got a little bit of time. Check this out, right? This one right here. This one right here takes the cake for me. Y'all remember Tia Mowry? I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. She's the twin. They did Sister to Sister together. She married a dude that was on the football show on BET. Now, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, a year and a half ago, she separated and divorced her husband. And since that divorce, or separation/divorce, right, she's been on social media having herself a goddamn good time. Great time, right? She's doing all the TikToks, right? Doing all the dances, throwing the shoes up in the air, falling on the foot, all of that, right? I believe one video she did, a picture, she was like, life is a single parent, life is being single after being married for so many years, all of this crazy stuff. She's been having a ball since leaving, because she left him. She left him. She's been having a ball. She's been having fun. And I don't want to hear that she's been doing this to mask her true pain. Cut that bullshit out. Cut it out. She's been on dates. Come on now. Come on. Everybody try to make it seem like, oh, when men leave their woman, we out here just whoring around. Women whore around too. Stop playing. It goes both ways. So, but anyway, about a month ago, she go on an interview and say she regret and miss her husband. She regret leaving him. Shorty, you crazy. You done lost your rabbit mind. You don't miss him. You don't miss him. Not at all. You know what it is? It ain't fun. 45, 46, you're out here in the dating world. I don't care if you have money. I don't care if you have money. You know, being out here in the world today, dating, when you have people wanting to be like Sexy Red, man, nah, man. Nah. Come on, man. You miss them now. You regret leaving them. That ain't what you've been showing on Instagram and TikTok. Look like to me, you felt like it was the best thing you could have ever done for you and your children. Again, I'm going to say that again. It looked like you was having a good time and it was the best thing that you've done in your life. The best thing you could have did for you and your children. You didn't care about that man feelings. You didn't care at all. You just kept doing you. And it looked like you tired. Or You see, this man is happy. He's at peace. He probably dating somebody, probably. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't seen the brother on social media. He ain't been running around dating 5 and 6, 7 different people and throwing it up in your face on social media. He ain't doing no TikToks and he ain't doing any of that. He's not on it. I haven't seen it. I'm quite sure Instagram or TikTok would have had it come up if he was doing it because you were doing it. He wasn't doing it. So why you want to go and disturb this man's peace? I don't think people understand the pain and the hurt that comes with getting a divorce, breaking up a family, right? Men may not be emotional, but we have pride. We take great pride in our family. And if you're a good man, you work your butt off, you work your tail off to provide for them, but most importantly, protect them. But you can't protect them from the enemy if the enemy is inside your house, if the enemy is laying next to you in your bed. You can't. You're not going to win. You're sleeping with the enemy. And you're not supposed to be sleeping with one eye open. But now you miss him. You want him back. You miss being married. You know why you miss being married? Because you see a whole bunch of people married, sticking through the bad times, hanging in there. That's what it is. And you gave up. You quit. Well, I think they was married like 13, 14 years, 15. And you threw in the towel. You threw away all them years. You ain't even think about your children. You was thinking about yourself. If you were thinking about your children, if you left him because something with the kids, then you wouldn't feel this way. It was a selfish decision, and now you regret it. TMI, oh man, I don't know what to say about you, sweetheart. I really don't. And I know some of y'all like, damn, he just going down the list, flipping papers, bashing women. Oh, no. No. I'm going to talk about my man Diddy. P. Diddy. Sean Combs. Very disappointed, hurt, let down. I can't even think of any more words to say because I've been a Puff Daddy fan. I've been a Puffy fan since the 90s, right? I'm gonna be honest. Before the video, I knew Puff. I mean, I just had an inkling. He did something, cause Puff dating a young girl. First of all, I didn't agree with him dating Cassie back in the day when she was like 18, 19. Puff was like 34. I didn't agree with that shit then. And this is why. At 19, she can only offer this man ass. Sex. That's it. That's the only thing she can offer Puff. Puff had money. Plenty of women. Cassie was gorgeous. She had a nice body. And I'm quite sure she was impressionable. And Puff took advantage of that. He took advantage of that. And it was easy to take advantage of that because Cassie was chasing the bag, like most women. Shawnee. It is what it is. But it doesn't make it right how he treated her. It doesn't make it right what he did to her. I'm gonna tell you what is worse than the video. The video, you see him snatching her up and kicking her, right? That's bad. But what's worse is he tried to manipulate all of us to believe that she was a liar. She was a victim. She is the victim. And he tried to convince us that she was lying. And without that video footage, a lot of us thought, she's just trying to get the bag. She's just trying to get the bag. Or get another bag, because she was getting the bag. Or get another bag. And she wasn't lying. Diddy a piece of shit for that. He a piece of shit for hitting her. kicking her, assaulting her, right? But to make it seem like she was just, she needed money. She's money hungry. She just want money. She ain't no victim. She's a gold digger. She want more of my money. That's worse to me. That's worse to me. Because you did that in front of the whole world, man. You went on did a video talking, declaring your innocence. And then you get on another video about a week or two ago apologizing, trying to blame it on, I guess drinking and whatever. What was you popping? Right? Talking about it's a dark time and that, man, hell, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You shouldn't have been dating that 19-year-old at 34. What was you dating her that long for? If y'all was gonna have fun, you have fun. That's it. Yeah, she 19, she grown. Okay, I get it. Body tight, young, yeah. Impressionable, yeah. She freaky, yeah. What the hell you making her your girl for? I didn't understand that shit. I was like, that right there, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. But at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, she chasing the bag. Because her album was trash. Her album was trash, people. So she was chasing the bag. He used that to get what he wanted, and he held on to it. And I didn't like that, even before all of this. But Diddy, you some shit, yo. You some shit, man. Today, I think he sold the rest of his stock in Revolt, something that he built. Media. He sold the rest of it. It didn't say how much. I looked it up. I was trying to find it. It didn't say what he got for it. But I know he didn't get what he would have gotten if none of this had came out. My man, you got daughters yourself. And I know the world is now going to question whether or not what really happened with Kim. And you deserve all of that. You deserve all what's coming your way. You did as wrong. You're a bum. With that being said, I'm gonna get off of Diddy. I'm gonna leave him alone for a while. Well, just this show. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna trash his ass probably next episode. I'm gonna go back to a woman, but I mean, you can. I don't know if some of y'all might view her as a woman, some of y'all may not, right? Brittany Griner is facing some criticism for kneeling during the national anthem. Now, this came up on my feed. I don't know how old this is. I'm not sure if this is recent, this season or whatever, but this is interesting. And I thought it was interesting because I'm trying to figure out why the hell she kneeling during the national anthem. Now, she said, it's her right to protest, and I didn't even search to see what she was protesting. I didn't even search to see what she was protesting because I could care less. What are you protesting? The United States of America got you out of a Russian prison. You were guilty. You had cannabis and a vape. You guilty and got on a plane. Everybody know you cannot carry any kind of drugs on an airline. And the crazy thing is, she catch international flights all the time because she played ball overseas on the off season. She knew this. She knew this. So why are you kneeling during the national anthem? Shorty, you should be singing the national anthem. Straight up. You should be singing the national anthem. What are you kneeling for? You protesting what? Do you know the United States? And I mean, we all know this. They swapped to get Brittany over here. They gave Russia back a dude they call the Lord of War. Right? Here are some of his charges. Conspiring to kill, acquiring and exporting missiles, providing material to terrorist organizations. This man, if you've seen the movie, Nicolas Cage was in it some years ago. They did a movie on it. His name is Victor Boot. They call him the Lord of War. Russian arms dealer. There's no way there was a fair exchange. No way. Now Victor Boot is now trying to he's in the politics. He's a politician now. He said he had time while he was locked up to think about the things he did and he was wrong, and now he wanted to do the right thing and all that good stuff. Whatever, dude. What they say, zebra doesn't change the stripes. But Brittany Griner, back to you. Taking the knee during the national anthem, you're not the one. You're not the one. You are nowhere near Colin Kaepernick. I'm sorry. Stand your ass up, grab the microphone, tell them you done added a verse to it, if anything, because hey, they came to your aid. Now, I ain't a fan of the national anthem because, again, once you get past that first verse, the rest of it pretty damn racist. But Brittany Griner, you need to get up off your knees, baby, because the USA came to your aid, swapped the prisoner for you, and that shouldn't even went down like that. You have men and women that serve this country fighting, giving their life, putting their life on the line, giving their lives to lock up and cage people like him, and they swapped him for a weed smoker. Y'all are tripping. I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. Like I said, 2024 has been an interesting year. Cat Williams, it's like he set it up. He set the dominoes up. He didn't knock them down. He just set them up, and it's like every week somebody is knocking one down. Right? Corey Feldman. If you don't know who Corey Feldman is, I'm 45. I'm old. Corey Feldman, teen idol, child movie star. Started movies, The Lost Boys, License to Drive, Goonies, Stand By Me, Friday the 13th. His best friend was Corey Haim, right? Corey Feldman has been trying to. I'm sorry, he hasn't been trying to. He's been telling us about the pedophiles in the movie industry. He's been telling us for years, man. He's been telling us for years. And Hulu put out I want to say 3-part documentary. The boy Drake. Now I didn't watch the Nickelodeon shows. Drake and Josh. I didn't watch the shows. I seen them when they came on. I didn't watch them. You know. But his experience of molestation, and being put in compromising situations, right? And it was on like that. It was on like that. Like everybody, like everybody's talking about it. Everybody now it's like, oh my God. And the dude named, so Drake Bell's situations with producer Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder, of course, he's denying all this trash. He's like, nah. I took care of them. They weren't my kids, but I treated them like kids. Corey Feldman has been saying this for years. Okay? His best friend was Corey Haim. Like I said, Corey Haim passed away in 2010. Throughout his life, he had addictions. Right? Corey Haim didn't have any kids. Right? And he was sober when he passed away, if I'm not mistaken. And they said it was natural cause. They don't know. His heart just gave out. And it was probably because of all the alcohol and drug abuse over the years. But the thing is, Corey Haim, he was raped when he was 11 years old on the movie set. He was raped. Corey Haim. Corey Feldman knew who did it. They but they were scared. Nobody was listening to them. Their parents, telling them, oh, look, you got to be on this movie set. You got to be here. You got to do this photo shoot. You got to do this, do that. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, Um, uh, Molly Ringwald. Man, these kids they flooded the '80s. Robert Downey Jr. Y'all know Iron Man. Yeah, y'all know Iron Man had a addiction, had a drinking alcohol problem, right? These are all our teen superstars back in the '80s, man. The pressure that were put on them, not just the pressure put on them, but the things that were being done to them. Corey Feldman said that he was never raped, but he was molested several times by several different movie and TV executives. A journalist asked Corey Feldman some years ago, well, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you tell the police? He said, you can check California records. In 1993, I went to the police and I was telling the police. I told them, hey, look, things have been going on. Things have been happening to me that shouldn't happen, and these are the people. And you know what the police did? They said, well, tell us about Michael Jackson. And he was like, what? Michael Jackson? Mike ain't do nothing to me. I'm telling you who did the stuff to me. They didn't want to hear that. They wanted to hear about Michael Jackson. They was concerned about Michael Jackson. Your parents didn't support him. Didn't support him. Hey, so what's going on with Michael Jackson? The police didn't care about what Hollywood was doing to Corey Feldman. They wanted to know why him and Michael Jackson was so cool. Remember, they had the little commercial together, the little dressed alike dancing, right? Unfortunately, a couple years ago, we lost another celebrity, Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter, teen idol, money, depressed, things like that. The pressure of being in Hollywood, being a star. Aaron Carter, same thing with Corey Feldman. His mother had the police brought to the house to talk to him, to try to get him to say that Michael Jackson touched him. Aaron Carter's looking at his mother, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Mike ain't never touched me. Man, we was riding four-wheelers. We was having a good time. What are you talking about? It was me, Michael Jackson, and Chris Tucker. Aaron Carter was putting it out there. Mom was like, come on, baby, you can do this. Come on. You know how much money they're going to give us? He put it out there, man. But you ain't going to see too many clips of that video. I tried to find it again today. It's kind of hard to find. It used to just come up. Can't find it, man. You can't find it. I blame the parents because your child is your responsibility. Children don't sign themselves up to be in TV shows and movies, to do record deals and stuff like that. Parents do, and parents get greedy. And they forget that even though their child is performing on Hollywood stage, they still have innocence that you have to protect. I don't understand how come these parents aren't being brought up on charges. Same with the R. Kelly situation, but I ain't gonna touch on that. Parents need to be brought up on charges. Parents need to be held accountable for their children, especially seeing as how you have to sign paperwork in order for the child to receive the check. Kids ain't no kid walking to the bank with $1 million check and cashing it. If you 12 years old, 10, 11 years old, you worrying about video games, maybe a cell phone, some shoes. You ain't thinking about a house because your parents provide that. You ain't thinking about no $200,000 car. Your parents are. Trip to Dubai, your parents. We need to start holding these parents accountable. We go after the executives, but also go after the parents. Look, I'm gonna have to start wrapping up, y'all. I got a few more minutes. I want to just say thank you to everyone who has supported me since 2015. I've been doing this for a minute, since the days on the lounge. I want to give a shout out to my family, GVTV, You know, stepping away from you guys wasn't easy, um, but it's something I felt I needed to do for myself in 2024. Give this a good run, and see where I go from here. I want to give a shout out to Digital Impact Studios, my man Leon, for making this possible for myself uh, and all that good stuff. But look, hey y'all, stay tuned. I got a lot of good stuff coming ahead in the next few weeks. Um, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna slide another show, man, before Father's Day, and then I'm gonna figure some things out. But at the end of the day, let me tell y'all something, right? If you're not happy with yourself, right? If you're not happy with yourself, talk to somebody that you can confide in. Uh, but whether it's therapy, your mother, your father, your siblings, maybe a friend, or if you just need to pray. If you're unhappy with yourself, you can always work on yourself. Don't ever think that you can't work on yourself. But don't ever think that you should work on yourself to where you need to enhance something on your body or remove a healthy limb, right? God doesn't make any mistakes. You're perfect the way that you are. And when you have the ability to, if you want to lose weight, lose weight. There's ways of losing weight. Um, and if you want to gain a little weight, there's ways of gaining weight. I really hate seeing so many people uh, just unhappy with themselves. You know, believe it or not, everyone is beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. You might not be beautiful to that person, but there's 20 other people that'll say that you're beautiful, right? But at the end of the day, you live with yourself. You look in the mirror, and you should see beauty every time because God see beauty. And I promise to you, I have yet to see an unattractive person. I think the world is beautiful. I think you're beautiful. And with that being said, until next time, it's your boy RL, unfiltered. Y'all take it easy.